Hey there, Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. So I am going to do today, I'm going to tell you what the channeled message was. I already channeled it. And then I will timestamp for you. I'm going to do 2 weeks. We'll do May 11th through the 17th. And then we will cover May 18th through the 24th. So you can watch it all at one time, or you could come back later next week and check out for the next week's one. However you want to do it is fine. I would really appreciate it, though, if you would hit that thumbs up button. It tells me that you appreciate my time, and I appreciate you appreciating me. And if you will connect your energy with me by leaving me a message, even if it's just a emoji, I put your names in my book of names. Wow, you have a lot of stuff going on. To when I'm channeling messages, I like to meditate over it. So what I saw for you is I saw a match being struck, and there was a small flame, and then I realized that it was you were lighting a campfire. And in the distance, I could see the stars, and I could see the mountains that were silhouetted against the night sky. And you were just sitting there meditating, kind of relaxing into staring. I say staring at the stars sometimes, and then sometimes you were staring into the flames. And it was kind of like finding your warmth through your inner peace. Thinking about where it is you're going, what it is you already know, what are the obstacles in the distance. So then I heard light the fire within you. So what are you passionate about? It's kind of like you're looking at where you've been, where you want to go, what makes you feel happy and passionate. And I also heard, know you are a manifester. So also, I wrote down here, stars remind Sagittarius of the wisdom of your higher self, so take some time to connect to that. So that was a lot. I feel like there's a real opportunity for you over the next couple of weeks to really, tap into what are you passionate about. We have the North Node in Gemini now, which means that the South Node is in Sagittarius. And so for you, that is a lot of releasing and letting go over the next 18 months of what doesn't work and where do you want to go? What are you curious about? What actually sparks up that flame inside of you, right? That really gets you thinking about what you want for the future and how you're going to get there. So really, really nice energy for you, I'm thinking, to spend some time thinking. So let's go ahead and let's get into this first week of May 11th through the 17th. So we have a lot of things happening this week. So many planets are changing direction or changing signs. So we have Saturn moving in retrograde starting on Monday. We've got the moon already there in in Capricorn. So there's this kind of this, and then we've got Mercury moving into Gemini. So there's this energy of reviewing, which is kind of what I got from you anyways, reviewing what's gone over the last few months and how can we take our dreams and ground them down into reality. There was something I saw, though, when I was thinking about that Mercury moving into Gemini. I saw a vision of a gardener splitting out the daylilies and transplanting clumps of daylilies around the yard, and literally saw them passing a clump over the white picket fence to the neighbor. And so there's this energy of where you have the opportunity to spread around things that are already being successful in order to create more success in your life, to bring more abundance in, right? So what's already working, and some of it was sharing. And so if it's like financial success, I would encourage you to look around and see opportunities to donate a little bit, because it was clearly somebody passing some success over the fence, but maybe this could be in the form of mentorship or giving guidance to somebody. So there's lots of ways that could be taken into account. So this energy, though, in Capricorn is about you taking the responsibility for bringing the balance into your life. And how can you do that? So you have the millionaire. To prosper and grow financially, think like a millionaire. It opens up the pathway of ideas and inspirations for success. So thinking that you have so many daylilies to give that you could spread them around and grow more, and you can give some away. So if you were a millionaire, you would be trying to do a little tax shelter and donating. So I kind of really feel like, and I haven't really picked that up for anybody. So I feel like this is something that's kind of an important message for Sagittarius. So when that moon moves on Tuesday into Aquarius, that's at 11:39 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Shortly thereafter, like within a couple hours, it's going to come into conjunction with Saturn. And Saturn is all about where are the boundaries, and this is thought processing boundaries. So where's the thinking? And meanwhile, we have Venus turning retrograde, and we have the action planet of Mars moving into Pisces, which is really going to slow things down. And so it's about thinking, going over what you care about, love or money, right? Venus is love or money. And what's important, where do you find the value, where do you find the beauty in your life? And thinking on your feet, you still got to think on your feet because you've got the energy of the moon in Aquarius, but it's like you're thinking on your feet, but things are moving a little slower. There's a chance to integrate some of the lessons that you have recently learned in like the past 5 months or so with all the craziness that's been going on in the world. You have an interesting collection going on here. All right, so it is about where's the beauty. Does your reality of what is beautiful in your life, how you feel about finances, how you feel about your relationships, do those things mesh with what your partner thinks? So maybe communicating about that a little bit. Understanding resilience. The resilience is when you cut back what's not working in order to allow for new growth on a plant, right? Something that's not working. So resilience, when it springs back up, and knowing that you are resilient. That's part of bringing the balance in. And then wisdom. Taking the experience and the knowledge that you've gained. We've got, on Thursday, we've got Jupiter moving retrograde. We just had somebody turn retrograde a couple weeks ago. I mean, they're all starting to back up and go in the opposite direction now. And by the time we get through the summer, everybody's retrograde. And I don't know why I can't find it. I was looking for it earlier. I feel like I should be able to find this. I want to say it was Pluto that's going retrograde now. But we've got Jupiter now, and everybody just wants to back up and head back and go over the places they've already been, to see what they've already seen, to know what they already know, but to this time look at it a little differently, a little bit slower, and integrate the lessons. And so for you, we have innocence. We have innocence and affection. We have magnificence and protection. And this feels very caretaking of the people in your life that you really care about. Like maybe there's a new baby in the home, or or my sister who's a Sagittarius, she just got a new puppy. But there's something about this affection and innocence and needing to protect it. And there's something very magnificent about it. So it could be that you donate your time to mentoring the youth or something like that. This need to protect the innocence because you have a lot of affection for it, and you're so really interesting. And this is the kind of thing that if you're in a partnership that you really want to talk about where your values sit, what's important to you, what do you want to protect, where do you feel your affection. So really expressing your emotions. The moon's going to move into Pisces on Thursday, which is also going to promote that need to want to talk about how you feel. And then it's going to, on Friday, come into the sextile energy, which is really comfortable energy, supportive energy with Uranus and Taurus, which is going to be an opportunity to really connect with spirit and have some surprising insights. And so try not to overschedule Friday because the energy is really foggy that day. And if you can plan for it, that's great. But it's a time to really reflect on what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? And then we have this beautiful, again, the protection showing up here. So there's this need to be grateful for maybe where you live or the people that you've been able to shelter in place with. Or there is such a loving, protective nature. I need to take care of those that really matter for me. And there's a sense of really stepping into this with, it feels like pride, but pride's the wrong word. And this magnificence, it's like, I can do this and it's important to me and I'm really, really good at taking care of, showing my affection for. It's that kind of energy. It's really nurturing. There we go. There's a great word for it. It's very nurturing. It's very supportive. And so it's beautiful energy. Really is. And so maybe it's home and hearth. Oh my gosh. So we have the rescue card that came out and anchor. So keep yourself grounded. Oh, okay. Help others in need or ask for assistance when you need it. So there's this need to help, but remember to stay anchored and grounded. So don't, how do I put this? Keep it in balance. Remember, take responsibility for the balance in your life. And so, do help. Don't forget you're important too. Try to keep it in balance. But wow, what really nice energy. So, on Saturday, Sunday, the moon is going to move into a fellow fire sign of Aries, which likes to get things going, get things started. And it is a really good day to figure out what do you need to push through? What is the resistance? What is opposing you that you need to push through to bring your dreams? You know, you were sitting there contemplating, bring your dreams down into reality and really make something significant for yourself. So, we have love. And we have support. This is the whole reading. Love and support, rescue and anchor, right? Innocence and protection, affection, being willing to give. So love and support, that is your week. This is where you'll be spending your time. Gosh, where is this week running for you? So this week is running from the second house to the fifth house. So that is the inner circle of your life. And so there's going to be a lot of really beautiful, supportive energy for you or from you, however that goes. But it is just really, it feels so sweet and so lovely right now. It really does. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next week because I don't know what else to say about that. We will hang on to the love and support cards because they're going to be how we start out the week with the moon in Aries. And so we'll see what else we get here. But there's just really lovely, lovely energy here. Really can't tell you how nice it feels. Okay. So, let's see what we have here. While I'm dealing these out, if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, now would be a really nice time to do that. I would really appreciate it. Or leave me an emoji or tell me what's going on in your life. Do you have a new little one in your life too? That's so cool. All right. So, here we go. May 18th through the 24th. So we're starting out with that moon still in Aries. Now it comes into conjunction with Chiron. Chiron, by the way, was a centaur also. And it's the deep wounded healer. And it's how do you heal yourself and what do you do? And so you might feel a little twinge of that because that is in your fifth house of fun and romance. So you might really kind of notice that when that happens. And so recognize what's happening and be willing to surrender and release the energy of the wounding so that you can continue with the healing. Because remember, you have all this love and support that came in for the moon in Aries for you. So that's beautiful. The moon is also going to come into a kind of a tough angle with the planet of transformation, Pluto. And then with Jupiter that wants to expand, but it can't because we've got transformation. We have transformation over here. We got Jupiter that wants to expand, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So you're familiar with how it expands, but you've been kind of contracted since it moved into Capricorn back in December. And so then it's going to kind of, the next thing you know, the moon's going to come into that harsh angle again with Saturn that rules Capricorn. But it's like at 2 or 3 degrees of Aquarius right now. And so there's this tension. There's this, I want to do something. I want to take some action. I want to get going. And you can't really go anywhere. So this love and support is about looking around to see, where can you release any of the tension that you feel about this? Kind of allow yourself to get in the flow with it so that you can find the peace that comes when that moon moves into Taurus at 10:10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the U.S. and kind of allow the rest to come in and really pay attention to your dreams. We have the moon going to move into conjunction with Uranus, and so you're going to have some kind of a feeling that comes up that's going to surprise you. But I don't think it's a bad surprise. But you're going to notice it. It's going to come in around the work-life balance. So I think there's this, what do you need to release so that you can, or it could be around your health. Like, what do you need to do to bring more, a better, healthier lifestyle in for yourself? Something around that. But it's a good way this is a good energy to figure out what is a practical way to bring your dream into reality. The sun is going to move into Gemini at 9:49 a.m. on Wednesday. This is kind of nice. It's well, for you, that's in your 7th house of partnership, but there's also, especially if you're Sagittarius rising, but I think you're still going to feel it in the relationship aspect. It is that fun, flirty, chatty, playful, uplifting energy about what brings you happiness, what really lights you up inside. And we have the North Node now in Gemini, right? And the South Node is in Sagittarius. So this is about letting go of long-held beliefs and being curious. Over the next 18 months, being curious and checking out new things and seeing what else is interesting to you. And understanding that something that you think is a reality may not be a reality. So what could be the reality? And being willing to run down a few things and see, well, what is that about? What is that about? And so finding and catching this new rhythm. And we're gonna have a new moon that happens shortly after that happens. And so it's, how do you bring all this together? Oh, I don't understand why this showed up. Hold on. So we have this tension that happened back here. That healing that needed to, okay, so like I said, you might really notice this healing thing that comes up because we have the anger card. So finding your words and using your words in a good way to express what you're thinking and feeling could really be what you need to release, to really express it. But you also have the miracles card come up. And so having faith that miracles are on the way and your prayers are being answered, and surrender to the how. And so you might be a little angry and upset about some things and the way they went down. Safely express yourself. Building up all that negativity inside of yourself is rarely beneficial. I can't think of a time when it is. Sometimes waiting for a better moment is, but eventually figuring out how to say what it is that you're upset about is a good thing. So now let's talk about that new moon that's happening on the 22nd. So the moon is going to move into Gemini at 9:36 in the morning on Friday at 1:39 p.m. We have that new moon. At the same time, we have Mercury coming into conjunction with Venus in Gemini. So lots of energy of what lights you up and how do you communicate that. And it's an opportunity, because it's Gemini, right? There's two sides to every issue. So it's an opportunity to look at this side and that side. And remember that your words will help to manifest your reality. So choosing to be optimistic, which Sagittarius is pretty good at, will definitely benefit yourself as you're working through this new moon. And this new moon is about, there is a revision, there is a new beginning, there is a realization that you're looking through the peephole into the next decade, right? We've got the North Node as just really going to light up this area a lot, and it gives us legs. Planting seeds of intention with a new moon usually takes about 18 months to really see it come to fruition, and the North Node tends to be in a sign for about 18 months, which I find very interesting when you put those two things together. So that makes this kind of a powerful new moon of opportunity for where do you want to take the next decade. You've had a lot of opportunities to kind of look at those things on and off as we've been going along here, but here's another one, and here's another opportunity that. So take some time to think and to feel and to rest into this energy. When we have this void of course moon, the void of course moon is actually happening. When is the moon void of course? The moon is void of course overnight Saturday into Sunday. It depends, and so it just never shows up in where I want it to when I'm doing these. So Saturday night, just kind of take that time here, because it says take time to breathe out. Take time to accept the situation for what it is, ask for the guidance and acceptance, realize that some changes are going to be made. Over the next 18 months, you're going to be called upon to release things in order to be moving in a new direction. It's really going to affect Sagittarius and Geminis. And so when the South Node, which is where Sagittarius is, for the North Node will be in Gemini, the South Node is therefore in Sagittarius. And we are at, coming up on, there is an eclipse coming up on June 5th that'll be at 15 degrees, so halfway through Sagittarius. So it'll affect, if your sun, for instance, is anywhere between like 12 and 18 degrees, I think you're really going to notice this, because we have the karmic release. So this new moon is kind of setting up for what can you release, let go of over the next 18 months. There's going to be a lot of karmic release coming from you. It says the cycles of birth and rebirth, action and reaction, comprise our universe. Hate leads to vengeance. Love leads to euphoria. Remember, we go back to the senior card, safely express it, right? The opportunity to create good karma is now. The opportunity, because you guys are going to be releasing so much over the next 18 months. So start in the direction that you want to go. When you have this choice, do you feed the bright and the happy, or do you feed the angry and resentful? Are you willing to explore new opportunities, or do you want to cling to what you think you know? Here's your chance, right? To start over, right from here. All past life influences are working toward a final balance. Your situation arose from past karmic connection. Accept what is. Accept what is. Things are changing, and now you also have opportunity. It is an opportune time. You are a wise soul and a preeminent strategist. You know your motives, and you anticipate the successful outcome before a move is even made. You are on the right track. I believe that you know exactly what it is that you need to let go of in order to move yourself forward. Sagittarius, you are wise that way. You are truly wise that way. But you're going to have to be willing to accept a new way of looking at things. It's a paradigm shift, is what I just heard. It's a paradigm shift. It isn't that anything's different. It's that you're going to look at it differently. You're going to see it differently. Your perception is going to change. Sort of like when you're sitting around a campfire. Okay, so when you're looking at the campfire, all you see is the campfire. But when you step back away from it, now you see the campfire over here, but now you see all the stars too. It's a paradigm shift. Is it just the flame right in front of you? Or is it the whole thing? Is it the whole universe, right? So something's shifting and changing. It's going to continue to do that over the next 18 months in a big way for you. You have gold, attract abundance. This is an opportunity to release what doesn't work, to let it go. And in this anger card, if you're mad at yourself because I should have known better, or I could have, or they shouldn't have, whatever, people are here to teach us things, and we learn things from that, and we also teach them. So when you release your anger and your upset, or your disappointment, or whatever it is, that is how you're going to progress. Release the karma, allow yourself to build new karma, and then attract in this abundance by knowing I am abundant. I am on my path. I receive guidance and I follow it. Right? Beautiful stuff going on for you. All right. Looks really good. I will see you back here on Monday. We are going to cover the 28 days of Gemini and how they are going to affect you. And that's going to include that eclipse that's coming up in Sagittarius. So we'll get into that a little more. All right, you guys take care. Have a great week, and we'll chat soon.